All right, greetings everybody, and welcome to week number 15. That is right, week number 15 of your 73-4 class, which is your reference class. As always, I'm your professor, Dr. J.S.K. Austin, and you have made it. You have made it. This is the last week of class, and from here you go on to exams, and your exam, of course, is your semester-long project, which you should have been working on for several weeks now. Hopefully you didn't wait till the end of class, in which case you will have a busy couple of weeks on your hands getting that to me prior, or as I say, busy few days on your hands getting that to me before it is due. So I hope that nobody is just now starting that. But anyway, having said that, you all have been a wonderful, wonderful class. My wrap-up videos don't take very long, not for this class anyway, in part because, you know, there's not too much you gotta say. This is a required course, so I thank you for taking it. I also acknowledge that it was something that you had to take anyway, but having you all here taking this course and having you all here in the program, I should say, is something that, I mean, it does mean a lot, not just because it keeps me employed, but it also helps me feel as though there is a future with this profession. And one thing that I want to leave you all with, or a few thoughts that I do want to leave you all with, is that, okay, so I was in library school a long, long time ago, from 2006 until 2008. I went to library school very, very, very young. So I do want you all to know that I'm up there. I'm 41, but I'm not as old as you might think I am, given that I was in library school from 2006 to 2008. So there is that. But in addition to that, I do, in addition to just saying that, the reason why I bring that up is because people were telling me when I entered library school in 2006, and even before I entered library school, like I first started talking about I was considering library school in 2005. And back in 2005, 2006, people were saying that's a stupid idea. What are you thinking? What are you doing? Libraries are going to be dead. They were telling me that they thought that libraries would be on some sort of Netflix model wherein people are going to be receiving their books, I should say, on some sort of Netflix model where people are just going to get their books in the mail after looking them up on the internet and this sort of thing. And I mean, people were just saying a bunch of weird crap. And these people had never looked at the Occupational Outlook Handbook, which if you've been watching my check-in videos this semester, you know what I'm talking about when I talk about the Occupational Outlook website. There's a handbook as well. I'm honestly not sure if it's still in print or not, but it was in print back in 2005 and 2006. And people didn't know what they were talking about. They were heavy on opinions, but they hadn't looked at anything because libraries hadn't been, yes, reference encounters had gone down around that time, but visitation to libraries really had been stable around that time. And then what ends up happening is we start hitting hard economic times after that, and people are still criticizing me and saying that I made a wrong decision, but eventually we do get to the point where we are now, where circulation has gone up, more people are visiting the library, and actually Gen Z and younger millennials are very, very into libraries, academic and public libraries. So I say that to say that I didn't make a bad choice, and you're not making a bad choice either. And so seeing you all in this program, it does mean a lot to me because it means that the profession will continue, and it will continue with competent people, with talented people, with people who care about their communities, and that's what we need. And so it's very energizing to see a class full of so many students who have potential the way you all do. So it's been a pleasure to be with you this semester. I hope you can say the same. Again, I know that this is first of all, it's a required class, and so you don't really get to see if there is a fun side of me, you don't really get to see it. But I will also say that what is rewarding about teaching this class is that it does allow me to also keep myself kind of serious, keep myself kind of up on what's going on in reference services, because I don't provide reference anymore. Now I am a full-time instructor, so I don't work as a practicing librarian anymore. And so people who go into professorship and they aren't practicing librarians anymore, a lot of times they do start to lose their handle on some of those skills. And that's happened to me a little bit. But being able to teach this class really does help me kind of keep my skills brushed up. It keeps me in the databases. If you saw me do the trial, or not trial, but the demo or the intro into Mango Languages last week, then you are aware that, you know, I was taken by surprise by how Mango has changed, and it's not what it used to be. But that was a very good experience for me to have, because now I know that that's something that I need to go back and relearn. And so being the instructor of this course does give me the opportunities to just stay brushed up on the information services and information resources that are being used in reference, and it allows me to continue to, I don't know, just to continue to need to know what's going on and to do my best to stay sharp and keep current with what's going on. So I thank you all for that as well. If it weren't for you all, I would not have this opportunity to teach this class. Having said that, I do hope that some of you, at least some of you, are interested in going into public services reference work. And if you are, there are 2 other classes that I do want to encourage you all to take. So we'll go ahead and that's the way I close this class, is to, or close these check-in videos in this class, is to tell you about 2 reference services, two reference adjacent classes that you can take to kind of brush up your skills a little bit, increase your skill set a little bit. And believe me, just because you, like, what I'm going to tell you about are a medical librarianship class and a business librarianship class. And what I'm going to say about that is there may be people who, when I say that, are thinking to themselves, hey, I don't want to be a medical librarian and I don't want to be a business librarian. Well, if you are going to be a reference librarian, you still may get medical questions, you still may get business questions. So it is good to know these resources. So let's go ahead and look at what those 2 courses are. So the first is this class I do not teach. This is 9416, and it is Health and Medical Information and Services in Libraries. And this will help you if you're trying to grow a skill set on how to perform reference work related to nursing, medicine, psych, all of those things. Then this is the class for you to take. And again, 2 things to keep in mind, actually. The first thing that you want to keep in mind is that, again, just because you do not plan to be a medical librarian, that does not mean you're not going to get medical questions when you are just doing general reference work. I've gotten plenty, okay? So be aware of that. And the second thing that I want to tell you all is that if you consider medical librarianship, this could be job security for you. There's always a need for skilled medical librarians who actually have the skill set and know the databases to actually do medical librarianship well, okay? So these people are in demand, and I want you all to think about that. Think about the fact that these people are in demand. And so if you choose to go down that avenue, then you will not have to struggle to find a job. So I'm trying to help you out, okay? And the same can be said for this class that I do teach whenever it's offered, and it's not offered that much, and that's 9449, Services for Business Communities and Entrepreneurs. And this class is basically our business librarianship class. And again, I teach this class. I was a business librarian at Coastal Carolina University, and I've got my trusty little Coastal Carolina University Kimball Library shirt on right now. But yes, so I was the business librarian for Coastal Carolina University. I enjoyed it, and it was job security. If I wanted to stay there, I could have. And don't get me wrong, I'm glad that I'm at Mizzou. Please don't tell any of my coworkers that I'm not. But I will say, had Mizzou not panned out, I was living in Myrtle Beach, working at Coastal Carolina, and you know, if I'd have never gotten a teaching job, then I would have been just fine staying in Myrtle Beach. It's not a bad place to live, as you might imagine. And I say that, though, to say that, yes, I had the job security because I had gained a skill set in business librarianship. And so I really, really hope that some of you, this class, I'll keep it real with you, this class has a difficult time, quote unquote, making which is getting enough students in the class in order for the class to be offered. It's very difficult to get this class to make, okay? And I don't know why, except I think people are scared of the idea of gaining this business librarian skill set. And what I want to say to y'all is, please don't be punks. Please don't be punks. There is always, business librarians are in demand. If you want job security, then business librarianship is something you might want to consider. And that includes taking the business librarianship class and gaining that skill set. I can teach you if you let me. If you let me, I can teach you, and I can help you set yourself apart from the hundreds of people graduating from library schools every single semester. But if you're going to be a punk and you're scared to take the class because you don't have a business background, when I didn't have a business background either, you can talk yourself out of it, and that's just going to be a shame, because I'm just going to keep it real. Not everybody in this class is going to end up getting a professional librarian job. Some of you are going, hopefully it'll only be one or two of you, but some of you are going to be in paraprofessional or technician roles for the rest of your careers. That is unfortunate, but that's what happens. And I've been in this field again since 2006 when I was a student. I've been a professional since 2008. So I know a thing or two. I'm coming up on 20 years, y'all. I know a thing or two. And so, yes, I do think that some of the people that never end up getting professional jobs could have gotten them had they gained a business librarian skill set and or a medical librarian skill set. So I'm going to leave you all with that. Those are my closing and parting thoughts. I really do hope that some of you are interested in taking that business librarianship class. And if you are, please email me. Email me and send me a message letting me know. And what I can do is, if enough students, because again, I have trouble getting that class to actually make or enroll enough students to be offered. But if you all are willing to be brave and step up and send me a message saying, yeah, I'll take that class if it's offered, I can talk to Rose Mara, the head of CISL, and I can tell her, hey, I got enough students who are planning to take it. Let me teach the course. She'll let me teach the course, and you all will make yourselves more marketable as a result. I hope I will see some of you in a business librarianship class, and if not that class, then I hope some of you will consider medical librarianship. Anyway, that's it. I'm Dr. Jace. And you are pretty much done with this space. But I do hope to see most of you, if not all of you, in other classes in future semesters. Take care.